So in a recent video I was complaining about my aluminum axe sheath that I like to use so well, that the rattling. Every time you move or walk around it rattles, and I talked or I mentioned that I'd like to mount some sort of a magnet on here, you know, something that would suck it to the side and prevent that from rattling. But I also want to be able to come in and to be able to put it in and take it out rapidly, you know, without looking at it. You know, so it's got to be simple. So I don't want to lose that feature of it. So I always thought a magnet was a good way to go. So a lot of you guys recommended that I use a rare earth magnet that's found in a hard drive. And I thought, well, that's a great idea. Unfortunately, I didn't have a bad hard drive around. And lo and behold, the next day my neighbor brought some things to throw away in our dumpster, and he had a computer. So I gave Jack a Phillips screwdriver, and half hour later he'd reduced the computer to this, and it took apart the hard drive, and I got these rare earth magnets. There's 2 of them out of there. And these are really powerful. You can see here. I mean, I think this is going to be perfect. So this video is going to be about doing a little modification on this and installing this in a way that it'll work really well. I think it's powerful enough to work. Rare earth magnets are not rare. They were developed, I read a little about them, they were developed sometime in the 80s, I think early 80s, out of a couple different alloys for computer hard drives and electronics, and they're super powerful. They're super fragile, but the fact that it's bonded to a steel plate should make it durable enough, but we'll see. So let's get started on it. We're going to start with grinding off these tabs, because we're going to need this magnet to come in contact with the hatchet. So to grind off those little ears, we're going to use the excellent USA-made ball door grinder. Best grinder electric motors in the world. Never worked with a magnet that powerful before. Look at all the shavings from the grinding wheel all attracted to the magnet. So, kind of see where looks like the axe head comes into contact, you know, right here at the fat part. I guess we could probably see it from down here pretty good. So the average spot, probably. So we're going to want to put that magnet, I don't know what would be better, on the outside, bolted on this side, or on the other side. That might come in contact with my body, so I might just put the little screws here on the outside. I've just got a couple of these little computer screws here from that hold the case together. They seem to fit just perfectly. They kind of cut their own threads into these holes that were on this already. So we'll use those. So I want to have maximum contact, and because this thing has kind of a radius in it, I think the most surface we're going to get will be like this. So we'll mark this and pre-drill it. So one tool that's really nice that some of you may not be aware of is a spring-loaded center punch right here, or some people will call them glass breakers. The nice thing about it is if you try to drill on flat surfaces, sometimes the bit wanders around, but you just put this where you want to drill and push it, and it's got a spring, really tough spring in there that gives a little bit of a dent in the metal. This is also really effective for breaking glass. I keep one of these in Mrs. Wranglerstar's glove box. Alright, we got our little holes drilled and got some burrs on the inside of there. So you can see the little screw is going to be too long. If we don't cut that off, it's going to, you know, once we tighten it up, the aluminum's pretty thin. That the head of that screw is going to stick beyond the magnet, and then the axe is going to come in contact with that. It's going to hold it off the magnet. So we'll take this over to the grinder and take just a little bit off of these, so that when they screw in flush with the metal, like that. Alright, so I ground the screws off so they wouldn't stick beyond the magnet, and let's go ahead and put some good bunch of Loctite on these. They don't need to be super tight. The Loctite will secure it on there. All right, is it going to work? Definitely holding it. Let's put it on the belt, walk around, see what happens. Looks like my old logging belt could use some Mobanoffs. Definitely better. Still wiggles a little bit. I think it needs 2 on there, but it's a lot better. I think I can deal with that. Let's try walking. So I'd say we'd probably reduce the noise by half. I see what it's doing now. The only clicking is being made in the front. See the blade? So what we need is another magnet over on this side. Problem with that is I lost it. I had 2 and I looked everywhere, I can't find the other one. I wonder if we put I got this strip of goo here, this gooey sealer. I got it at a second-hand store. I wonder if we couldn't kind of pack the bottom of that just down here maybe, because it's got some adhesive on it. Let's see if we can, let's just lay that down in there and kind of squish it into the corner. Alright, so I've got that goo packed in there. It's sticky, that'll be there. That'll last a long time. It's industrial strength stuff. I think that might be it. Let's try it. I think the goo is a bad idea. I got it stuck on that stuff and pulled it, and man, did I cut my finger. I got these axes and hatchets so sharp that every time I handle one, I cut my finger. Ouch. So I think we accomplished what we set out to do. Probably reduced that racket by 80–90%, and it still comes in and out effortlessly. No problems here. So that'll be nice. You know, it really is the little things in life, isn't it? If you're interested in getting one of these sheaths, they are the best. The problem with axes or little hatchets when you're working in the field, you know, when you're using them and putting them away, using them and putting them away, is the sheaths that they come with they're not high speed whatsoever. This is high speed. So here's the manufacturer, Idaho company there. Should get that phone number. Grizzly Peak Enterprises makes them all different sizes. A great product. And they're just fast in and out. You can wear them on your right hip, if you're right-handed, left hip, and they can go in and out very quickly. The fact that they're aluminum is nice because they are not going to dull the edge blade near as fast, because aluminum is so much softer than the axe steel. But that's it. That's the fix. Pretty good. We'll see you in the next video.